So over the past couple of weeks, Hurricane Milton has been absolutely tormenting the state of Florida, literally tearing it apart. If you lived by the coast, well, you don't live there anymore, let's just say that. It's been an absolutely devastating event, and it's led to a lot of bad things happening. However, in my honest opinion, outside of all the tragic deaths, I think the saddest thing that we actually got from this hurricane was a piece of shit ditching his dog in a field. Now, I'm going to play the clip of this now. Just want to say the dog has been rescued now, but the guy has also been arrested, so it's a wonderful day for all of us. So let's get into the clip.
Okay, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. It's okay, buddy. It's okay.
Tying it to a fence. Brother, I don't know where in your brain that works. Like maybe you're going to come back from later or something like that. But he would have been washed away. He would have been fucking gone. I mean, you can already see there. It's fucking awful. In a freezing cold field, obviously the dog's got water because it's constantly raining. But the water's like up to here on it. I mean, imagine being chained to a fence and you're in water and it's only raising. You'd think, I'm fucked here. I'm going to drown. I can't escape. I can't get food. I'm finished. Anyway, thankfully, the police officers that found him were able to rescue him. And they rescued him on the 9th of October, which was about a week ago now. So in fairness to the police, they found his owner quite quickly. I just want to include a cute little image here of the dog in the police van. You know, he looks maybe a little bit scared, but he looks happy. He looks satisfied. He's glad that he's been found. And for those of you that are getting a little bit upset by this, don't be. It's okay. Anyway, his owner goes by the name of Giovanni Garcia, and he was arrested on Monday, so just a couple days ago now. And his excuse for ditching the dog is the worst excuse I've ever seen in my life. It's actually fucking shit. So he said that he had to abandon the animal because he couldn't find anyone to look after it, as he had to leave Florida due to the hurricane. Brother, take the dog with you. I don't care if you have to chuck it in a suitcase and its head's popping out the top and he's looking around like a lost bird. Just take the fucking dog with you. It's not a bad dog. I know these dogs have a bit of a history for being aggressive, so maybe that had a bit of a role to play with it. But even so, you don't ditch a dog. Can you imagine how heartbroken that dog must have felt? He must have seen his owner walking off into the distance like it was a Duck from the Duck song as he walks into the sunset. And he must have thought, shit, I'm dead. I'm actually fucked, you know? Anyway, thankfully the dog has now been put in a shelter and he's up for adoption. But obviously they had to ask the owner for permission to do this. The owner actually had to say, you know what? I don't want the little fella anymore. And I'll be honest with you, I think you fucked up here. I really do. I mean, you might have really poorly treated that dog. And to be honest, I'm glad you haven't taken him back because you are a horrible fucking person. I'm sure there's going to be someone out there with a kind enough soul to say, you know what, little fella? Come on. You can come and join us. And he's going to get all the love that he needs outside of this horrible human being. Anyway, the charges. This is my favorite part because we actually get to talk about the piece of shit and the things that he deserves to get. So the guy's 23 years old at the moment and he could face up to 5 years in jail. Now look, I know, crazy thought, but he probably will be found guilty. I mean, he's already confessed to tying the dog up against a fence, and there's literal video evidence of the dog being tied up against a fence and like almost drowning in the water. And although the cruelty isn't like super severe, like the dog didn't die or anything, and you know, you do get some really bad cases where you just get some fucked up human beings doing horrible things to animals, I still think this guy will get a decent sentence. Like if I had to guess, I'd say probably 2 years. I don't think it'll be any more than that. I know it kind of sucks, but he does deserve more. Probably on the 3-year mark would be a bit more deserving considering he literally endangered a life. But I reckon he'll get 1.5 to 2 years just based on the kind of legal system. But anyway, for those of you that are wondering what this piece of shit looks like, well, this is him. To be honest, he looks like the kind of guy that would do this. Not to go out there and stereotype or anything like that, but he just has that anger in his eyes. You know, you can just see it etched onto him. He's just almost furious about how shit his life is. So instead of taking out on himself, you know, maybe losing a bit of weight, because you can tell he's definitely a bit of a chunky fella, he's decided to take it out on his dog. I mean, when we break down dogs as a character, they are literally a man's best friend. If you know anything about history, you know, us developing a relationship with wolves and figuring out that we can actually train them to do certain things skyrocketed us in terms of like technology by fucking miles. I mean, people still use dogs nowadays out in like Alaska and stuff like that just to tow them to safe land. Anyway, you can probably tell now I am a bit of a dog person. Cats, I mean, yeah, I guess you get kind of cute cats, but not personally for me. I think they're a bit boring. I don't think you can really truly befriend a cat. I think a cat will maybe show you a bit of love, like rub itself on your leg or something like that. But a dog, that's a homie for life. That's a true motherfucker. A dog will never ever betray you. A dog will always stay by your side. Maybe, you know, if you teach your dog to be aggressive, he might bite you sometimes, but that's your fault. But yeah, I love dogs. I hate this guy, a true piece of shit. I personally hope he gets a long sentence, but I don't think he will. But yeah, I'm glad there's a happy ending to this, and that's about it. See ya.